So this is about, at CDOT, we were doing a project converting a bunch of content to a WCMS, and we had hundreds of reports that were HTML files, static reports, that we had to convert to PDF. And so this is a talk about how we made that happen. First, we had to think, how do I do this? I mean, do I use tools? Is it going to require something else? How am I going to go about taking these hundreds and hundreds of HTML static pages and converting them into a PDF document that we can use? Can we do this manually? Well, I work for CDOT, and one thing we have time and we have people, but it would take literally hundreds, if not thousands of hours to save each individual PDF, each individual HTML file as a PDF if we did this manually. Now, we could buy a tool, but again, I work for CDOT. Money, no object, not at CDOT. We're really short of cash. So, although that would work, that wasn't our first option. So I was thinking of, what else could we do? Is there something else we could do? Is there another way? This is a web bridge in Australia. And I picked it because it's unique and different, and I was looking for something innovative as well for my solution. And so we thought, is there a way to find something that we need? Is there a tool out there that we can use? Well, Google is your friend. So my boss actually found this. He Googled and found a utility called Convert. And so we implemented Convert. I ran it with incredible, the opposite of success. So what happened was when I ran it the first time, it came out in portrait mode versus landscape. The data was missing. It was data cut off. The borders weren't right. It wasn't quite the success we were looking for. So I looked at the manual. I thought, well, hey, let me see what it says about Convert. Oh, no, nothing. So no manual entry for Convert. So I had to come up with something else. And we actually found the options later on. But I had to figure out how I could figure out what this Convert really was and if it was really something else. So remembering back to some other days when I used to do some Unix stuff, I thought, well, what if Convert isn't actually Convert, but it's another app that's mapped to it? For example, the stick bug isn't really a stick, it's a bug, it's something else. So I remembered my symbolic links from Unix. I did ls-ln convert, and I found that Cupsfilter, a PostScript filter for the printer, is actually what was behind the convert command. Well, I wonder if there is a man page for Cupsfilter. Well, by golly, there is, and it's huge, and there's a lot of options. And this really helped me figure out what I needed to do to be able to use this command to convert the things I needed to convert from HTML to PDF. So the next thing I did was I looked at the options and I kind of mapped which options mapped from Convert, which was the tool I was using, to Cupsfilter, which is the tool it was based on, so that I could figure out what I needed to do to set my options. And I actually needed to do that specifically. There was an option for options. So that was my first tweak. And I found that in the Cupsfilter, it uses -o, but the Convert uses -a. And using that, I was able to map the settings for the Convert command that I was using to do this script. There was one other tweak we had to make, which was the media formats. Played around with it, and I figured out that there's letter, legal, and A4. But A4 worked best for what we were doing to create HTML to PDF reports that would display properly in the format they looked like originally. So what options did I really need? -F, -o, -a, A is just options. So A landscape, scaling 75, media A4. And I actually put together a slide with real commands. I ran it locally, but didn't include the output. But you can see, you can specify the HTML file name as your -F. Your -o, your output is the PDF. Landscape, again, scaling 75. And media A4, which was that format that worked really, really well. So, you know what? We need to automate. I don't want to do these all by hand. And ta-da! Our superhero to the rescue is Shell. I used Bash, but it doesn't matter. I converted hundreds of files using a shell script command for the script. So I iterate through, for all HTML files in my directory, I call the convert command with the hyphen, the file name that I'm using, and then I do a little sed command to take my output and put it as a PDF file just for the file name. There was some room for improvement. Paul Haken, I posted this to Neil Ford's blog. He had a suggestion for changing that file name to the output file, and I probably could have used the Cupsfilter directly to specify the options from the man page. But I have to tell you, I was really pleased. Victory, the world was saved, the birds were singing, the sun was shining, the rainbows were out. We actually ran this, any Unix variant would have done, but I found it through the Mac OS. We ran in an hour, changes for hundreds and hundreds of files It was an hour and some change, maybe less than an hour, and couldn't have done that otherwise. Thank you.